Hello Freakies, this is day 32 of me playing chess every day until I reach the rapid rating of 2500. So here we go. We have a game and we have the black pieces against a 2000 rated opponent, and he plays the e4, so Caro-Kann will happen on the board. Now d4 is the best move, yes, d5. And the exchange Caro-Kann, no, the pawn of bot winning attack with c4. So knight f6 defending the pawn, knight c3 and just continue developing. Now knight f3 and bishop g4 going to an endgame. You will see why, if my opponent of course knows the theory. He doesn't know the theory, so we'll get a pretty balanced position after e6. This is kinda the theory. And now c5. Well, c5. Now I almost always play the move b6, but after... Oh, there is no b4. Oh, but there is, because there is queen a4 check. So b4 and a5, a3 takes, doesn't work. So b6. If something like bishop to b5, well, I should have calculated this before. Yes. And now takes, if I go here. No, now what should I do now? Because if I play queens to c7, then I don't think I am fine. Because queen a4 attacks my knight once again. Rook c8 and knight e5 should win the game for my opponent. So bishop takes on f3, bishop takes on c6 and king e7. This looks bad, but I mean, I should win this pawn. And I mean, I guess I already blundered with b6 here, so takes, king e7, the queen is attacked, so bishop takes on a8 doesn't work, and after queen here, rook c8, bishop here and takes, and after something like, I don't know, takes perhaps, I should be okay. But I already misplayed this position, so if I can play bishop d7, this would be really great. Oh, maybe I have one tactical subtlety that I didn't consider before. Queen d7. Oh, but then still queen a4 happens. Bishop takes, and I lose. Queen d7, queen a4, do I have anything there? If rook c8, knight here, this is bad, right? So I guess just... Oh, maybe rook c8 firstly. And what's the difference after rook c8? I was only calculating queen c7, or was I? No, I was calculating rook c8 and then I blundered the game away after queen a4 here. And this is check. Yeah, so bishop takes on f3, right? Bishop takes and king e7. Yeah, this is like the best that I can get from this position. I don't know why I thought b6 works. I don't know really. So of course now queen takes on f3 is, yes, forced. Rook c8 is forced. And I mean, knight d7 to follow, maybe after takes. Knight d7. If I can trade queens, I should be fine, but I don't think I can trade queens though. We will see. Oh, he plays bishop b B7. Oh. And I lose again. But it's not so clear though. Oh, there is knight b5 always. Oh, but then there is check if win there. So let's calculate. Rook c7, b6 only move, king e7, knight b5 then. Should be just fine for my opponent. Takes and here. Wow, I haven't seen bishop b7 really, but I think I already lost the game. I mean, I can sack the exchange though. Which is what I'm going to do. Wait, how is my opponent up a piece? Wait, what? I blundered my piece. I don't know why I thought that bishop takes on f3 works. Wait, I'm just lost now. Wait, why did I thought that bishop f3 works? What was my problem? I mean, just second I will be down a rook. Hope for bishop e3 and then d5, d4 fork, so. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Why did I thought that bishop f3 doesn't lose a piece? Wait, I mean after b6, was there anything instead of bishop takes on f3? We'll analyze the game, but I don't think there was anything. So now I'm lost because after d4, knight e4 I cannot even take the knight and then take the bishop because of course the bishop is pinning the knight. So what I will do is I will play if d4 here, check, bishop d2, h6 I guess. Yes, we'll analyze the game, but this is just very bad now. I mean, of course, I'm completely lost. I will play on for a few more moves, but then I will just resign because there is nothing I can do. I mean, now even this happens and... very bad. King e8 here. Even king e8 doesn't help. How to generate a counterplay so that my opponent will have something to think about? I guess here, here, and here. But then I lose my queen, so... But I guess something like that, yes, I mean... Just go here maybe. Oh, but then the pawn hangs as well. Bishop g7 here. So, We can try rook g5. Of course we can. Rook g5, I like this move. I mean, if I wouldn't be down a rook, then I would love my position for with a rook on a8, but I mean now maybe something is happening here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I forgot this pin exists. Well, now I just resign, right? Very bad game. But now we'll of course analyze the game. So e4. Let me just play the moves. c6, d4, d5. And I thought we'll enter exchange Caro-Kann with something like bishop d3 and with this easy position to play. I will play bishop g4 after queen b3, queen c8, maybe knight d2. This is still theory, something like that. So now I'm just showing you the theory. And now castles, and after castles the position is very okay. I will play in some position. I will play bishop g6. I will put my knight here. And the best idea for black is to play a6, and if something like queen d1 to play b5 and to get the knight to c4 square. And this is the main idea of the Caro-Kann exchange for black pieces. And with the white pieces you don't really want to take on g6, but there is often no other way, and you plant a knight on e5, knight on f3, and you maybe even play bishop g3 back, and you kinda attack on the king side if this is allowed. But the position should end in a draw pretty quickly. If white doesn't have anything, then black will simply play on with his plan and white will suffer a bit, and then the draw will be agreed. So after c takes on d5, there is one other move, which is pawn to c4, and this is known as the pawn of both winning attack. So after knight f6, there is the move knight c3 or knight f3, doesn't matter the move order. So after knight c6, knight f3, there are pretty much two options, I believe, or maybe three, maybe four options. I know bishop g4 for a fact is the best move. There is also the move pawn to g6, trying to fianchetto the bishop, and there is bishop e6 as well, which is a lot more ugly to look at. Bishop e6 blocking the e-pawn, but the idea is to push g6 and then castle. And there is also of course the move pawn to e6, just retransposing to some queen's gambit territory. So after bishop g4, the usual theory goes c takes on d5, knight takes on d5, and after queen b3 is the best move, I think. Bishop on f3, g on f3, and e6, yes. Queen b7 and knight d4. Bishop b5 takes, and now queen d7. Knight takes on d5, you cannot take the queen because of knight c7 fork. And after here, you take, and this is the final endgame position. I mean, it is an endgame. There are two minor pieces on the board, one each and two rooks. So something like g6, maybe white will of course castle, bishop c5, and I mean, white will try to play against this pawn, but white has some weaknesses as well on the king side. So after the move bishop g4, I was expecting that endgame, but my opponent played the move bishop to e2, and now simply e6. And after e6, the theory goes castles, bishop e7, we get normal position. My opponent played c5. After c5, you should just develop with bishop e7, castles, excuse me, not king f1 of course, but castles. Maybe after bishop e3, rook c8. At some moment you will push b6, but okay. But after c5, I just push b6 and I am completely lost now. Which is of course a very big blunder, and I made this move in 28 seconds, and I mean, I thought that if you move this bishop once, you don't really want to move it, excuse me, a second time. What is wrong with my arrow? So bishop b5, but of course this is the winning idea, bishop b5. And I don't know why I was calculating that after bishop takes on f3, this is positioned with the same amount of material. I have zero idea, because of course my opponent took the knight with check, so I don't know what my idea here was. But of course, after bishop takes on f3, after bishop b5, if I were to play something like, I don't know, rooks to c8 here, then after queen a4, something is wrong with my computer, it is completely lagging, but it doesn't matter. So here, queen c7 and knight to e5 wins the game for white. So knight e5 is completely game over. You cannot defend this knight on c6, attacked 3 times. There is no king d7. f7 pawn is hanging, the knight protects the d7 pawn, and you simply resign. So after bishop takes on c6 here, simply king e7 was played, and after queen takes, I'm simply losing. I don't know what is wrong with my computer, it is just completely lagging. But okay, it doesn't matter, right? So here we go. We are losing in this position, definitely. B takes on c5. I sacked an exchange and I simply lost on the spot after simply taking the rook and then simply taking the pawn and playing bishop g5. So this pin is completely deadly. If I play d4 and knight to e4 wins the game. I mean, of course it wins the game, it is just completely over, so it doesn't matter what I play in this position. So the game simply went on with h6, bishop takes, pawn takes, and castles. I played rook g8, trying to get some counterplay in, and here I simply played rook f5. Of course, because of this deadly pin here on the file, just queen takes on f5, and I resigned the game. So yes, I lost, but still I think my progress is really good. For example, I am playing very good games sometimes, and sometimes I'm just playing that horrible chess and I'm not proud of it. But still, I mean, I am getting each day I'm getting better and better. So I think my progress is really nice. And please guys, tell me in the comments below, what do you think about today's game, what do you think about my progress, what do you think about my goal of reaching the rating of 2500. And if you like the video, please consider subscribing, it would really help me out, and see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye!